The assignment itself is broken down into 10 steps. So just real briefly, I meant to number the pages, but if you just kind of flip through the first page and a half, you'll see step 1, step 2. That is the basic format that Joseph DeVito uses to writing a speech. He breaks every speech down to 10 steps. So I follow that for the assignment to make it a little bit easier for you as well, okay? If we look at the overview, for this assignment, you will inform or persuade the class on a health-related topic of your choice. The assignment will require you to select a health issue of significance to the local community. You should be passionate about your topic, something that is, extremely important to you, because the more passionate you are about it, the better you will do as a speaker, the less challenging the research will be, because you'll want to learn about it. You actually will enjoy the presentation itself, okay? There's a couple different objectives we have in this particular assignment. Believe it or not, it is not just to be able to get up in front of a group of people, although I know some of you think that that's the biggest objective, but it's really not. There are other parts to it that we will be looking at, analyzing your audience, because your presentation will be designed for your 13 classmates and myself. It's not a presentation that we're going to pretend we're giving to the mass public. It is literally just for these people. So you actually complete an audience analysis using SurveyMonkey, find out what does your audience know about your topic, what do they want to know, and then you will customize your 6-minute presentation based on that survey. Okay. So that's a big chunk of the learning objective. Doing the research is a big chunk of the how do you get good quality information. Not everything has to come from Google or .coms, right? So we'll be talking about the rules for that. And then how to practice delivery skills and so forth. Okay, so some basic guidelines everyone always wants to know. How long is it? Well, it's 6 minutes. And I'm pretty particular about the timing. So your goal is a 6-minute presentation. And there's some guidelines there. Speech is longer than 6:15 or shorter than 5:45 will be penalized. Very little. It's like 1 point for every 15 seconds. So you just want to stick between, don't let that freak you out. It's just to make sure that we will end class on time that day. All speakers will be stopped at 7:15 and so forth, okay? You must speak extemporaneous and use 2 note cards, or you can use up to 2 note cards. So that means that you are not memorizing your speech. You are not writing it out. You're going to turn in an outline to me ahead of time. I'll give you feedback on that outline, and then you kind of reduce that outline down to 2 note cards, front and back. But I don't want it ever to be written out verbatim. So extemporaneous means you have the main ideas, and then you just talk about it from your research, okay? So kind of similar to a lecture that I know what I want to say, but I don't script out my present. Could you imagine 4 hours of just reading, right? So yours is 6 minutes, though. Move behind the podium at least once. So some of you, how many of you like giving a presentation? You're all cool with it. Yeah, it's fun, right? It's cool. How many of you would rather take a test than give a speech? Yeah, so see, So for those folks, it takes all kinds. We'll have whatever, you can use the podium, and this is kind of like our security blanket. We just stand back here. But we do have to at least show the world that we're not afraid to come out. Just talk a little bit, then you can move back. But that's what that guideline is there. You have to at least come out once from behind the podium to realize that you're not going to die by coming out from behind it. Okay. And what's another guideline in there? You must use at least 3 sources outside, or you must use at least 3 outside sources as support for your ideas. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But basically, as you're speaking, you'll say, according to the Wall Street Journal, or according to the federal government, USDA's website, whatever. You tell us the author, the date of the source, so that we know that it's a credible source that you're using. Okay. All right, so your homework is kind of broken down a couple along the way here. It says select a topic and your purpose statement. Submit via Blackboard 3 prospective speech topics. Write 1 paragraph on each of those topics as to why you want to speak on it. Why is it interesting to you? If it's persuasive, what is your side of the issue? Make sure to rank the topics in order of preference. 1 being, I really, really, really want to talk about this. Please let me talk about this. I'll die if you don't let me talk about this. That's 1. 2 is, all right, I'll talk about this if someone else grabbed my first one. Amazingly, some people, you wouldn't think that there'll be like 2 people really want the same topic. And then 3 is, if I have to do this, I'll die, but I will if you make me, you know, that sort of thing. So, examples there, just, I mean, pretty open, as long as it's health related and informative on sudden infant death syndrome. You know, what is it, what causes it? In fact, they don't really know what causes it, what's being done to prevent it. That's a huge campaign, actually. The effects of exercising, battling cancer, various health-related diseases. Lots of students give speeches on diabetes, Alzheimer's, glaucoma, just different things. Drowning prevention, the benefits of breastfeeding. Yeah, you know, that's just a few of what they did this past semester. So people have done things like running marathons. It can be health-related in that regard. Diet. I think the samples outline you have is about midnight snacking and how bad it is for us. So now every time I go to eat a snack at 11:30, I'm like, well, it's not midnight yet. Y'all's speech is like haunting me, you know.